Hello again Internet, Hart Critic here, and this time with my top 10 albums of 2012. Now just like I said with my top 10 films of 2012, this list is my opinion, it's all my favourites and does not represent everyone else. Now I think this year has been a pretty good year for music, and first of all I'd like to give a few honourable mentions. First of all to creators Phantom Antichrist and Auden Ogin's To The End. Both are really solid albums that just about didn't make the list. But let's move on to the top 10. And at number 10 we have Weather Systems by Anathema. Now it's only been this past year and a bit where I've really started to get into the post-rocky sort of music style. And this is one of the albums that I ended up really liking. It's very atmospheric, it's beautiful and sometimes very relaxed. The standout track here is definitely Storm Before the Calm. It's a 9-minute track and the way it just builds and changes is wonderful. Another of my favourite tracks is the Lightning Song, which is the song that actually made me want to listen to this album. So all in all, this is some really good sort of stuff, and it's my number 10. And at number 9 we have Tragic Idol by Paradise Lost. Now with this band, it's only their more recent stuff which I've really been into. I've never been too keen on their early Death Doom stuff or their synth rocky stuff, although they do have the good moments, but it's really the last few albums where I really feel is the best, and this album, this newest one, I do believe is probably their best album they've done. It's the style that they play now, but it's a lot more doom laden, so it's quite reminiscent of some of their earlier stuff, and it's just a really good solid album. Some of my favourite tracks include Fear of Impending Hell and Theories from Another World. So that's my number 9. At number 8, and excuse me if I have the pronunciation wrong, but we have Le Voyage de l'Âme by Alceste. A shoegazy post-metal offering with a beautiful dreamlike atmosphere. I remember reading that Niej, the main guy behind it all, said that Alceste music was a journey for the listener through his memories of this other world that he experienced contacting as a kid. And I really see that, you know, it's a really good listen and you can just sit back and let the music sort of take you. And that's why it's my number 8. Anyway, at number 7 we have Lost in a New Reel by Arjun Anthony Lucassen. This is a 2-disc set of 90 minutes of pure prog rock goodness, including a few good covers. I especially liked his cover of Pink Floyd's Welcome to the Machine. It may not be Aryan, but it's Arjun doing what he knows and making some really good stuff. At number 6 we have The Power Within by Dragon Force. Yes, that's right, Dragon Force. Now I feel this band gets a lot of unneeded hate, especially since those bullshit rumours came about and about them being a studio band, which is ridiculous. But I've always really liked Dragon Force. I liked them before they were uber popular, and I feel this album is a real return to form for them. I felt the last 2 albums were lacking a little, and this album sort of brings them forward a bit. I think this is especially helped by new vocalist Mark Hudson, who seems to be a breath of fresh air for the new music. The best songs on here are generally the more slower ones like Cry Thunder and Seasons, and all in all this is actually a really good power metal album. So it's top 5 time, and at number 5 we have Time 1 by Winter Sun. Now I've never really been much into Winter Sun. The style of music is not what I'm generally into, but I was really impressed with this new album. It's only 5 tracks, but they're all really good and also very layered as well. I definitely think the sound levelling could have been better though. I think the levelling with the more mellow parts and the more sort of intense parts are very uneven, but that could just be my speakers, I don't know. Either way, this is very impressive and I look forward to Time 2 next year. So number 4, and at number 4 we have Dark Roots of Earth by Testament. I love me some good thrash, and Testament deliver here with extreme solidarity, showing why they are still one of the top thrash bands today, probably the best thrash record of 2012, and my number 4. So at number 3 we have Sabaton's Carolus Rex. Now this is actually the first record I heard by the band and it made me an instant fan. This is just great Swedish power metal through and through. It's really enjoyable indeed, and in this time where it's very easy for a power metal band to sound quite stale, these managed to do things right and create a great album. So number 2 Number 2, we have Ascending to Infinity by Luca Turilli's Rhapsody. Now Luca Turilli is one of the few guitar players who I think manages to stay inventive with his neoclassical style of playing, and he really shows it here with this great symphonic metal album. It's epic, it's grandiose and incredibly well done. It may be a bit too much for some, but it's exactly the way I like it to be. A great album indeed. So now we have reached my number 1 spot for my favourite album of 2012. And what is my favourite album of 2012? It's Angel of Salvation by Galnerius. Now anyone who knows me really well will know that Galnerius is one of my all-time favourite bands, and once again they have produced another great record to add to their catalogue. This release shows the band going back towards their more earlier neoclassical roots, which helps them produce this stellar album. Shu's guitar work is as great as usual, and every band member is also on top form. The title track is a 14-minute epic, the longest song Galnerius has ever done, and I feel it's a summation of the band's near 10-year existence. The song just has everything and it is fantastic, and a lot of the other songs are great as well. This is Japanese metal at its best, and it's my favourite album of 2012. So that's it for now and for 2012. I really look forward to what 2013 has in store. Hopefully I may be able to get more reviews out next year, but we'll have to wait and see. So for now, I am the Hart Critic, and this has been my heartfelt opinion. I shall see you next year.